for you.
We have a really, really cool math routine this morning, mathematicians. So let's get right into it. After I write the first expression on the board, and you think you have an answer, you are going to show me quiet. What? Jalisa, if you know an answer, you're going to show me. Okay? Brian, if you have an answer, what are you going to show? Thank you. All right, let's get started. Think for a moment. Think for a moment. 20 plus 2. Okay. Jalisa.
22.
Jalisa says 22. Does anyone?
I have a different answer.
Someone has a different answer. Yes, what's your answer?
22. I've got a different
22 is different?
Mathematicians, I'm going to remind you that your thumb needs to be to your chest. And if your hand is raised, Mr. McCrea actually can't call on you, which would be so sad. So, up.
Thank you, Mr.
Quiet, thumb to chest if you want to be called on.
So are we all agreed? And once again, Brian. Take a moment. Jill says 21. Does anyone have a different answer than 21?
Oh, I do.
What's your answer, Brian?
My answer is
19 plus 2. 21. Okay. So
Mr. McCrea,
yes.
when students repeat they have a different answer and repeat the same answer that was just said, it shows me they're not listening to their classmates, which is a much bigger problem than getting the wrong answer. So we're not just raising our hands because we want to hear ourselves talk. We also are listening to each other. So if you really and truly have a different answer, then please share it. That certainly sometimes happens. But this is not a game, Leori or Brian. So Jayla, this is good lessons.
I would like to hear from someone how they found the answer, how they found it. Just give them a moment to think.
Thumbs are to chest. Thumbs are to chest.
Um,
No, you're not pounding. You're just putting it right here and you're not moving your hand. That's perfect.
Now, Laurie, will you tell me how you got your
I
answer?
did it because all I did is I was at 19, so I was like 19, 20, then I was like 21.
Okay.
So and then because I added 2 more, so I got 19 and then I was like 19, 20, 21, and then I got 21.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna show what Melanie.
Jaquise, get up. Jaquise, get up.
So you said you started
And
at
go sit in the chair.
19.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a few more numbers here. Okay, you said 19 and you counted up 1.
Yeah.
That brought you to 20. Then you counted up 1 again.
And then it got me to
21. Okay, is that clear to everybody? Does everybody see what Melanie did? Thank you. Did anyone have a different strategy?
I did.
Shh. Malia.
So I said, I know I have 19, 19, 20, 21.
Okay, so that might, so you said you know you have 19, so you went on to 20?
Like,
Count-
no, I never.
Oh, in your head? How
So
did
you
do it?
counted on.
I said, I know I have 19, 20, 21.
Okay, I understand. So
Girls.
you,
And I also took, if I had 20, and then I had 2, that would get me to 22. And if I minus, if I minus 1 from the 20, and then that would also take a minus from the, take a minus from the 22. That's how I-
Ooh.
that's how that-
guys, this is really interesting. Jaleesa, Malia said something really, really interesting, and I want us all to, we're all going to follow along with what she did to see how she worked this out. She had two methods.
So let's just focus on that second one.
Yes, absolutely.
And if Malia could say it, Malia, is that your name?
Yes, Malia.
Malia, could you say it again nice and loud? And the rest of you, your job right now is to listen really closely to Malia,
So this-
because Mr. McCrea is going to ask somebody to repeat it.
Yeah. So you, yeah, go ahead.
I said, so if on the first one, when it said 20 plus 2 gets you to 22, I minus 1 from the 20, and it got, and then that, the minus 1 from the 20 is 29.
Minus 1 from the 20 is,
And then it will take.
Whoop, Malia.
I think.
1 away from 20 is how much?
One away from 20 is 19.
Yes.
19.
I knew you
Okay.
had
So,
those.
Let Malia
they would
finish.
also take 1 away from 22, so that's how it got me.
Ah, so you took 1 away from here to get to 19.
If I took 1 away from the 20, it would also take 1 away from the 20.
So you take 1 away from the 20, it's also going to take 1 away from the total, the 22. Okay,
Nylani, warning.
and
Warning.
that will bring us to 21.
Hmm.
Okay, think about that for a second. So what Malia did, she compared these two, this equation and this expression. 20 plus 2 is 20.
Mr. McCrea, hang on 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm seeing a lot of faces turned in a direction that's not toward you. So I don't see how, if you're a person who's facing in another direction, I don't see how you're going to be able to repeat Malia's strategy.
So in one moment, I will be asking you to repeat the strategy. So if you want to be able to do that, let's listen. So we'll do it here. 20 plus 2 is 22. We work that out first. Malia told us that 20 minus 1 is 19, which is what our problem started with. And then she said, if we take 1 away from the 20, we get 19. If we take 1 away from our total, minus 1, we get 21. And that's another strategy, another way to get to the answers. Okay. And yes, thank you. I need to write it up here. And we can see what we would call the relationship, how these are connected.
Do you mean how they're the same and how they're different, Mr. McCrea?
Yes, thank you. So, how are these two equations the same? Arlene, how are these two equations the same and how are they different? When I say no, I'm not asking you, I just want getting your attention. How are these equations the same and how are they different? Turn and talk, partner, and make sure you find out what they think.
Is this your partner? Okay. Did you hear the question? How are they the same and how are they different? What do you notice that's the same about those equations? Both have she said how are they the same, so I'm saying look at them and tell me what's different. So they both have a +2. How are they different? They're not the same, so the 20 and the 19 are different. How far apart are they? How much of a difference is it to go from 19 to 20? How much? 19 plus what makes 20? Oh, so they're 1 away.
Yeah.
That is absolutely not okay. You are mathematicians right now. Mr. McCrea?
All right, friends, we are going to ask a couple of the scholars, or even going to ask a couple of people to explain, to repeat what Malia said, and then we'll be moving on. I am going to pick on, let me see, Leori? Sorry, Leori, would you like to explain?
Yeah.
Okay, Leori, you can just tell me and I'll, please, thank you.
So what I said to Mimi was when she took us.
Excuse me 1 second. Can we have your attention?
What Malia was trying to explain is that so you can make 9 plus 2 21. So you should take 1 away from the 20.
Quiet.
So you should take a one from the first add-in. And
Yeah.
then you should
Whoa, love it. First add-in, yeah.
the first add-in, and then at the equation, after equation, the sum, we're gonna change that and take 1 away from that. So you should know when it's not 9 plus 2 equals 21.
That is a beautiful retelling of what Malia said. Thank you so much.
I think we have time for one more problem.
One more problem. Whoa, excellent. Let's go. So 19 plus 5 equal to.
Now when you do this problem, when you're thinking about 19 plus 5, think about Malia's strategy. Think about how the 19 plus 2 and 19 plus 5, are they similar in any way? In a way that might help you solve this problem?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. So what Mr. Sherman is saying, look back and think about how there might be similarities here. What similarities and what differences. And that may be a big help, because that's what Malia was doing.
Be thinking now, math brains. It's gotta be quiet to think.
If you have an answer, what are we doing? I would like to hear, Devin, I'd like to hear your strategy for doing this, please. So 24. Oh, I'm sorry, I want your answer. I'm sorry, 24. Any other? Does anyone get a different answer than 24?
No.
Kayla? Kayla says 26.
Can you just erase the 22 and 21
Yes,
on
of
the
course.
papers? Those are from a different problem. Thank you.
Did anyone get a different answer than 24 or 26? Okay, so would someone like to, using the same strategy as Malia, tell me how, let's do this one first. We've got to 24. In fact, yes.
So what I did from the other problem, 9 plus 2, so what I did is put 2 hands up. I put 2 hands up, and then what I started to do is count on 5. So I was at 21, 22, 23, 24.
So, okay. So what you did was, you looked at the previous problem, 19 plus 2, which brought you to 21.
And then I put 2 fingers up, and then I started counting 3 that would make 5 on my whole finger. So I did, and I have 21, 22, 23, 24.
Okay. So you're about to here, and then your 2 fingers, so you, the difference between these two, you held up 2 fingers for this 2, okay, and then you went a 1, a 2, a 3. I didn't put the numbers in here, so.
Yeah, I counted 3 for the whole thing. Oh.
This was where you got to. Great. Wonderful. Did anyone look at this a little bit differently? Okay. Did anyone look at this a little differently?
Actually, Mr. McCrea, I'm wondering,
Yeah.
did anybody use the strategy that we used, did we notice before when they, no, somebody noticed that first time that when one of the addends changed, was 1 less, that the sum was 1 less. So I'm wondering, did anybody figure out 19 plus 5 by looking at 19 plus 2 and noticing something about those?
So she said she knew,
And there's some.
yeah, I think, she said she knew already 19 plus 2.
And then,
Mm-hmm.
She,
yeah.
And I'm wondering if anybody did it in a different way.
Yeah.
And I noticed that both of the first addends are the same.
yes.
So that means I could keep on going because it has the same first addend.
So you didn't need to do anything to either, you didn't need to do anything to the 19. You just needed to change this part.
Yeah, the second addend.
Yeah, yes, the
Jaquise
second
has
addend.
a different way of doing
Jaquise,
it.
Jaquise, where is my friend? Yes, Jaquise.
What I did is I know I know that 20 plus 5 equals 25, so 19 plus 5 equals 24.
Whoa.
Because
So
there's
19.
combinations I know.
Okay, so I'm gonna 20. Jaquise knows that 20 plus 5 is 25. And you know that 19 is what?
19 plus 5 equals
19, okay. Because
and
you
then
know that
19 plus 5 gets me my answer.
okay, because, and I think is it because that there's just one number between these two?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so there's minus 1 from the first addend, and then you do the same at the end. Okay. Minus,
That's a little bit like the Maria's way.
I think it is, yes,
Because
it
you're
is.
taking one away from the addend and one away from the sum.
You're taking one away from the, yeah, one away from the addend and one away from the sum.
We've got to
That is
stop.
beautiful. Thank you so much. Wonderful, wonderful mathematical work, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Give
you.
yourselves some applause.
Thank you, Mr. McCrea. So George Mason, it is now time for PE, and after PE, we will be coming back up to the classroom to go to art. So we don't need to bring the lunch crate at this time. We do need to be able to show that we are successful walking through the school, not just to PE, but back to art. Line leader, please line up.
My leader is that.
So Jaquise, can you move